Hey, what's up, beer fans? Thanks for joining me today. Doing special beer. One of you guys guessed right. 10 Fidy by Oskar Blues. Not just the regular 10 Fidy though, but the barrel aged, which is aged in oak bourbon barrels. Really, really good. 12.9% ABV. There it is. It's kind of cool. The can is made to look like it is a barrel itself. Let's see, some people know what that's for. Excited to try this one. I've had it plenty of times, but I haven't really had it recently. For a while there, it was kind of hard to find. They would only kind of do it on tap at their brew house. They've got 3 now. So they're originally from Lyons, Colorado. They've got a place in Longmont now. They've got a place in Austin, Texas, and a place in Brevard, North Carolina. It used to be you could only find the barrel-aged 1050 on tap in those places, but now it's become so popular that they've started shipping it out all over the place. So it's not too terribly hard to find. I've mentioned before Oskar Blues, definitely one of my favorite breweries. Oh, that's beautiful. Really, really dark, obviously. It's barrel-aged stout. Nice tan, dark head to that. Smells really good. You get a lot of vanilla notes, honestly. A lot of like oak and vanilla and bourbon. Smells amazing. Smells a lot like the Mexican cake, but without the pepper, which is okay. It's fantastic. One of the best barrel-aged beers you can get out there, honestly, without a doubt. No exaggeration. You get a lot of oak. Really nice, like smoky wood taste, along with chocolate, espresso, and vanilla. Surprising the amount of vanilla that you get. Really, really good. Tasty. I love this beer. It does sneak up on you though. It doesn't quite have the warmth or the alcohol burn that a lot of higher ABV beers have. This one's pretty mellow despite all of its flavor and the high alcohol content. Big fan. One of the best beers out there, in my opinion. Definitely, if you find 1050 barrel-aged Imperial Stout, buy it. Really, all of Oskar Blues beers are good. Goodnight is Imperial Red IPA. Fantastic. One of my first IPAs I ever had, actually. I really liked. They've got Old Chub, which is a Scottish ale. There's a nitro version of that. It's fantastic. They actually get some of their grain, I believe, from Germany for that beer. Really good, pretty smooth. And then they've got Dale's Pale Ale, which was actually their first beer that really kicked them off, I guess. Story is, the creator of Oskar Blues created the beer in his bathtub while he was at university in Auburn. You know, I'm not sure if it was the creator of Oskar Blues, but yeah, he brewed the first batch of Dale's Pale Ale in his bathtub while he was a student at Auburn. Pretty cool. They started out in Colorado as a brew pub in 1997. About 2 years later, they started making their own beer in the basement of the brew pub. And then the rest is history, really. I think around 2003 was where they really started, making their own beer. Dale's Pale Ale was their signature beer, which is really good for a pale ale, honestly. It's a mix between an American pale ale and an IPA, kind of in terms of flavor. Really, really good. One of my favorite pale ales. Let's see what else. They're kind of known for all their beers are canned, which was definitely unique back when they started doing it in the early 2000s. Not a lot of canned craft beer. All their beers are canned, which is unique. Now it's really catching on. Canned beers, they used to be known for, not being very high quality, but now it's that stigma is definitely gone, and it's nice because you don't get any light penetrating the cans, obviously, so there's no damage to the flavor of the beer if it's sitting or traveling, being transported. So that's nice, and it's also it's really convenient if you're taking it outdoors and you want to bring it back with you. You can condense it, obviously, and then a lot of places don't allow glass, so cans really are the way to go. And they saw that back in the early 2000s, so kudos to them. They really started kind of a revolution for that. Other than that, they haven't really been around that long when you think about it. Just the early 2000s when they first started getting going. So, around 18, 15 years. And they've been getting better and better every year, I think. They've got another good beer I want to tell you about. It's called Coconut Porter, or it is a coconut porter. It's, I forget the name, but it's got the word Death by Coconut. Yeah, really good. I might have reviewed that for you guys already. If you haven't seen that one, pick that one up too. That's good. So yeah, there you have it. 10 Fidy Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. This one for me gets a 9.5. It's about as good as it gets, honestly. Really, I could give it a 10, just like with the Mexican cake. But I can't give it 10 yet, never give it 10. There's got to be room for improvement, but this is about as good as it gets for a barrel-aged stout. It's amazing how smooth it is, despite, how heavy the barrel-aged with the bourbon, and it being 12.9%. Really impressive. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hope you liked the little tidbits about Oskar Blues, one of my favorite breweries. If you're ever in Brevard, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, or Longmont, Colorado, be sure to check the breweries out. It's a good time. Obviously, they do brewery tours. All brewery tours are about the same, really, anywhere you go. But next review, is it a beer or is it marijuana? What?